on yourself. In fact, I could come up with a slogan right now: no labels, no limits. Okay? So we're not concerned about whether or not you're a Democrat, whether or not you're a Republican, whether or not you're a black, whether or not you're a woman, whether or not you're a black woman, whether or not you're a white man, whether or not you're from the North or from the South or from a third world country, whatever it is, or if you're a student, or, oh, that was my 2-minute warning. All right, really quickly, all right? I'm going to have to do another segment. But let me just give you this. We're going to go over the practice model in my next segment. But please know this. This is what I want to convey to everyone, that we have in the trenches learning. In the trenches learning. That's not something we read in a book. That's not something somebody told us. All right? We have 9 years of in the trenches learning of why this is necessary, why these administrative outlooks are necessary. And administrative services is what a secretary can do. All right, if a secretary can do it, it's an administrative service. If it's filling out a form, it's an administrative service. If it's doing someone's resume, it's an administrative service. If it's doing some research on the internet, it's an administrative service. Okay, filing taxes is an administrative service. Let me read this to you. I apologize for my head. We can put a resume together for you that conveys your attributes of unique demeanor and life experience, in addition to traditionally recognized skill sets, and aggressively market you into careers for job finding, job changes, and enhancements, so that you and our current and future generations benefit from your life experience, raising children, recovery, self-development, mentoring, and learning expertise. You understand? You see what I'm saying? It's no longer presenting a person and seeing a person because they can fit it and just taking what can easily fit on an easily faxable one-page resume. HireLyrics responsible administrative accommodation for that is the virtual dossier. Start to see people as maybe they're not even able, most times they're not able to even express to you what got them to the point where they're at right now. The disadvantage is not always an economic one. Many times the disadvantage is lack of information that blocks the worldwide population of disadvantaged creatives from fairly competing in quality of life enhancing processes. So sometimes it's not that people don't have a meaningful contribution to make, but by the time they're so beat down by check-to-check living, trying to raise their kids, the welfare to work mother trying to stretch macaroni and cheese so she can juggle school and work to keep her menial welfare benefits, is the same one with a project manager's mentality. She's able to come in under budget, and she just might need an extension of trade school, an accounting course or something to make her a right fit for the employer that needs someone to honor their budget guidelines. All right? So there are demeanors in all of us that make us right and appropriate. We don't believe in changing your work product contribution to fit an anticipated audience. I personally believe that we all are here under sacred contract, and we all have sacred work to do. We have a contribution to make to either the planet or to the inhabitants of this planet. Okay? And none of us are qualified to talk about other people's sacred work or to judge other people's sacred work, whether we recognize the value of it or not. But we are qualified to talk about our passions. We are qualified to bring our products to market. And whatever those challenges are, I believe a standard access mechanism addresses it. In other words, if a person, a product contributor, a career contributor can get the same services that anyone else gets just by presenting through a standard access mechanism, then they have the same opportunity as everyone else to fairly enter those competitive processes that yield best quality work. Competitive, I didn't say equal. Competitive does not mean equal, but it does mean fair. Right now, product contributors are not able to enter fairly into market. We're not hearing all the messages. We're not hearing all the contributions of creativity. We're not receiving them, and they're not available to us as consumers to buy them back because the industries don't never see them. They're never brought to market. So a mechanism can cause product contributors, including claimants, because HireLyrics is also a standard access mechanism. Just wherever I say HireLyrics, just substitute that